Hello. Oh my gosh, I look terrible. I don't know. This was just a weird hair day. It is May 3rd, and it is the night before our big anatomy scan. It feels very big to me. I want to try to vlog it the best that I can. Tomorrow's going to be a very early morning. A lot of other people have a lot earlier mornings than that, but I'm not accustomed to it. I mean, not to say that we don't have early mornings. We do, but our mornings start around 7, and mine is going to have to start in the morning around 6. And I know myself, and when I'm going to do something, like I'm always running late. So right now, I'm making myself a breakfast sandwich. It's just a English muffin, Canadian bacon, cheese, and an egg. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it, let it cool, wrap it up, and then in the morning all I have to do is heat it up. Good morning. I've got my, can't really see it, I've got my tea latte. It's been an early start to the morning. I'm trying to hurry. It's anatomy scan day. This is terrible, but anyway, I'm working on it. I'm very excited. It's probably right now like 6:45. I've been up for a little while getting things in order. I was getting things in order last night. Without fail, for me, there's always a lot to get ready before we leave the house for something like this. But I'm telling you, I'm very excited about today. I'm excited. I'm being quiet because my baby and my husband are not too far from me asleep in another room, but still, I need all the time that I can get. So I'm very excited about today's appointment. This has been like a big milestone. I consider it to be our biggest appointment. I'll probably say that multiple times over the course of things, but like that is how it felt in my first pregnancy. That's how it feels in this one. Just for me, this is how it feels. And I'm very excited. So, my mother-in-law is supposed to be here. Well, she's supposed to be here no later than 7:45, and we need to be leaving here no later than 8 o'clock. No later, maybe before that. I don't know. I'm so aggravated this morning. I woke up to discover that the new concealer that I got, I mean, I've used this brand. I literally just threw a tube of this brand away. It's e.l.f. It's e.l.f. But anyway, I got the wrong shade. It's too dark. Everything is too dark for me. Whoa. But anyway, so, yeah, we need to be leaving no later than 8 o'clock, preferably before that. And, my appointment is at 9. The one thing said to be there at like 8:30. We're not going to make it by 8:30, especially if we leave at 8. We're not going to make it by 8:30. But I did pre-registration yesterday, so I'm hoping that helps expedite the process. Where's my, oh, it's right here. Yeah, I'm hoping that helps expedite the process, and we can just kind of go in and maybe have less paperwork to fill out. I guess we'll see. I'm figuring we'll be there about 8:45. I just felt like 8:30 was a reach. 8:30 would have been a reach if we were dropping my daughter off at my mom's house, but we're not. We're waiting for my mother-in-law to get here, and you know how mornings go, and I thought better to be safe than sorry. Let's do pre-registration and whatever. So I'm doing my makeup this morning. I have no idea what I'm wearing today. I got my daughter's outfit picked out so she could stay home with her grandma. But I don't have anything for me. So I'll figure that out. But I'm very excited. Oh, that's what I was saying. So the anatomy scan, they did not tell us this or anything, but just based off of like what went on with my daughter, the anatomy scan I think should probably be about an hour-long appointment, because they literally measure like everything on the baby. Everything on the baby gets measured, which again is why I'm excited. You're really only quote unquote supposed to have 2 ultrasounds in your pregnancy. The first one is, pretty early on, so it's like really early, you can't like see much. And then the anatomy scan with my daughter, we ended up having 6 ultrasounds. And it was exciting, but it was also nerve-wracking. I didn't like having that many scans. But anyway, so that's another reason that this is exciting, because I guess hopefully this is our last one. This is the last time we'll get to see our baby before labor, delivery, and all that stuff. So I'm excited. And so yeah, like an hour appointment about is what we're thinking. And then we will basically they scheduled me to where as soon as I'm done with my anatomy scan, it's all in one building. I will then go up to the doctor's office and have my next like monthly appointment. I say monthly appointment. I feel like I could sneeze this morning. Allergies are kicking my butt. They're kicking it. Anyway, so basically we'll go upstairs and have our monthly appointment. Oh, I said it's monthly because it is monthly appointment, but it's not. It's only been 3 weeks since I've been there. But I went ahead and tried to get my appointments in one day because it is farther away and schedules are getting crazy again, and it's just easier for me if things align. I have a babysitter. I have my husband to go with me. He's there. If I can just get everything in one day, and luckily I was able to do that. So I don't know what this is going to do with like this doctor appointment schedule, but it's whatever. We'll just go with it. So anyway, so then we'll have our monthly appointment and then we'll come home. My husband has a meeting today at 1, so we can't be lollygagging around in that town, which is kind of a bummer because it's a bigger and better town than our town. But we can't be messing around while we're there. So anyway, I think that's it. I gotta try to hurry up and get ready. I don't know. I'm in too big of a hurry. I can't do my makeup right. So you would not believe this looking at me now, but it is now the night of May 4th. My hair and makeup actually looked good today. It did. I don't know what happened to my hair. I have no idea what happened. Well, it's been a wet day, but my gosh, like it was all curled nicely. Anyway. So I have like a bit of an update before I go into footage of the actual ultrasounds. We were not supposed to film anything. My husband ended up filming several clips of the actual ultrasound, and to what I felt like was like blatantly ignoring the fact that we were told not to record. But my husband misunderstood. So I do have footage from the ultrasounds, from the ultrasound that I got. But I don't have, it's not a vlog style video anymore because I didn't vlog in the car because we were just driving and it would be more blah blah just like this. My husband doesn't want to do that. He wouldn't care, but he's just not into that. So I don't have like actual vlog style of like the doctor's office or anything. it was pretty chaotic. And so I will insert some footage of the ultrasounds, which is very exciting to me. And then I have an update in what they said and why it was chaotic. And maybe why my hair looks like this. Does hair feed off emotions? Maybe. Spoiler alert, today was not our last ultrasound. So the anatomy scan was in fact an hour. So basically we did the anatomy scan, but towards the end of it, she decided to take a little break. She said, well, your bladder's full, so let's go empty that and then maybe relax a little bit because you're having contractions. I'm like, what? And she said, yeah, you're having contractions, and so that could be interfering with this, whatever she was trying to get. And I was like, okay. So we took a break. I went to the bathroom and then I just rested, and she came back and she went back for the regular ultrasound. We weren't doing that for very long, but then she started telling me that what she had been seeing was that my placenta was blocking the cervix, and that's a concern. And I was like, okay. So she was just like, I don't know, I'm trying to get as many shots of this as I can so we can send it to our doctors. She's like, what I want to do is a transvaginal ultrasound to get a better look at this because, we need to know. This is something we need to know. I was like, okay, well, somewhere in the course of conversation, I asked her, I said, okay, so she said probably what would happen if it is, she said, it's early enough for you, whatever. She said, our doctors like to have you back for a growth scan anywhere from 28 to 32 weeks anyway. So she said they would probably just have you come back and do another scan. I'm like, okay, just to see if it moved. And I'm like, okay, well, in the event that they do, and I come back for the scan, and it has not moved, what happens? And then I guess in my mind I was thinking of breech babies getting flipped, or I guess I was thinking something in those terms. No, she said, well, you don't want to deliver the placenta and then the baby. You want to deliver the baby and then the placenta. So if this does not change and the placenta is covering the cervix, that would mean C-section. Some people are all for C-sections. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not for C-sections, but I mean, some people would prefer C-sections. They scare me. They freak me out. I am not the person that thinks that a C-section delivery isn't valid. It's very valid. It's extreme. You had a baby. It's an extremely valid thing. But it scares me. It scares me, and I would really prefer to do a vaginal delivery. I just would. And so that kind of caught me off guard. And so again, she left the room. I got all ready and we did a transvaginal ultrasound. It didn't take too long to do that one. When she got in that way, she was looking and she's like, okay, the placenta is not blocking the cervix. It is close. It's down here, but it's not blocking it. I'm like, okay. So anyway, so we did the full anatomy scan, was able to get all the shots. The good news about all those things is they were able to get all the shots. She's growing, she's healthy, she's doing great. She was 13 ounces in the 60, I don't know, the 60 something percentile. I want to say 63rd, but I'm like, why does everything have threes at the end for me? Because I always was thinking her heart rate was like 123. And so I'm like, what's with all the threes? Was that right? Or is my head doing that? But I've got the main parts of all that right. I know she was 13 ounces, and I know she was in the 60 something percentile, and I know her heart rate was 120 something. That's what I know. So anyway, so all of that went really well. She started getting super active, moving, kicking, just going off, basically, like just having a great grand old time in there. I think she was getting tired of the scan. If you really want to know what I think, I think she was just tired of the scan. I think they can feel it. Because when I say this kid went from 0 to 60, like when it was like she got tired of it, and she got tired of it, like right then. She was kicking to the point that I had told my husband, I said, you know how I've been telling you that there's no way you'd be able to feel these kicks? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, if you had your hand on me right now, you could feel these. They're so strong. She was kicking the wands. So, that was all good. So basically we left directly from there and went up to the doctor's office. She had sent the scans to the other doctors, basically to evaluate the whole thing, and then confer with our doctor. And so by the time we got up to our doctor's office and was called back to our doctor's appointment, and he came in and was talking to us, he had already read the scan and talked to other doctors about it as well. I love our doctor. He's wonderful. He does talk very fast. Sometimes he's hard to understand. And also, whenever you go back over in your mind what was said or whatever in your doctor's appointment, sometimes you're like, what did he say and why did he say that? And because he kind of nonchalantly mentioned that in the scan, you couldn't tell if part of that placenta was like the quote unquote like the tail of the placenta or bleeding. But he seemed really unbothered by the bleeding, and I was not unbothered by the mention of bleeding. I was like, what? I was cut off. I was cut off in my recording yesterday evening. Again, with the really poor lighting and shakiness, I don't have my stand or my ring light. So this is just going to be what it is. I'm just leveling with you. I'm getting as real as I'm getting. Like, I'm documenting my journey. This is my journey. And I've been processing this information for 2 days now, I guess. And it's okay. But basically, so where I left off at was when he referred to the potential bleeding. And that made me very uneasy, very uncomfortable. And I was like, is it bleeding? He didn't mention any more about it. He seemed very unbothered. He just seemed like everything was fine with that. And what I'm thinking in trying to go back over like things that he said, maybe I'm thinking that was just in one of the pictures, and then in the other ones it cleared it up and he wasn't concerned about it any longer. But I'm like, okay, oh my gosh. So he said, I want you to come back in 4 weeks and we'll do another scan. And he said, we'll do it just like this. This is how I want you to set it up. He said, you'll do another scan and then you'll immediately come to my office. We'll evaluate everything and we'll go from there. He seemed hopeful that the placenta would move upwards. Something that I forgot that was said that my husband reminded me of last night when we were talking about it. The ultrasound technician did say, which I'm not in the medical industry, so obviously that's something I don't know, but it made me wonder how true this was. But she said, your placenta is not going to get any closer to the cervix. It will only get farther away. in a way that makes sense, but I thought, what if the baby grows in such a way that it just smushes it down there? I mean, I don't know. So anyway, my doctor, when we were in the meeting with him and everything, and he was talking about the bleeding, the tail, you know, just the concern, cause for concern, but he just wanted to monitor it. So come back in 4 weeks, we would go over everything and it would probably be fine. He put me on pelvic rest for now, for this time, until I say until the next scan. If we go in for the next scan and it is moved to, you know, to a better location, then he'll take me off pelvic rest. If it's not, then I'll stay on pelvic rest. And okay, so which, you know, so my mom looked it up online. I was not going to look any of this up online. I don't need to be more worried. I just don't. But what she said was she looked it up, and what she found online, what is the source? I don't know. My mom looked this up. I did not look this up. So don't come for me for quoting stuff, because this is not me. I got this from my mom. But she said that what she read was, it is a rare thing that 1 in 200 women get this. That 90% of those women, the placenta moves upwards and everything's fine. She said what scared her was she read that if the placenta is blocking the cervix, if it's fully blocking the cervix, that could be life-threatening for the mom and the baby. Okay, so what I'm thinking that means is if it is blocking the cervix at the time of labor and delivery, possibly, because that's why I told her. I said, well, that's why the ultrasound technician said immediate C-section. Like, if you were to make it that far, sorry, I keep getting distracted. I see a light through my blinds. But I'm thinking that that's what it means. If you were to make it that far and make it all the way to labor and your placenta is blocking your cervix, that is a life-threatening thing, and they won't even try to deliver. They will just do the C-section. That's my interpretation of it. Again, some of this could be misinformation. It could be all messed up and wrong. My baby in the baby monitor, she's making some noises. I just got her down for bed. So it's just been, yesterday was just like really strange because it was a whirlwind of a day. We went from one thing to the next and the next and the next. All the while you're like trying, oh, I know what that light is. Okay. That's so funny. My husband put a solar light out there for our daughter, and like I'm just catching like glimpses of it through the blinds. What the heck? Anyway, so because they're different colors. Anyway, so it was just a whirlwind, and then you're like you're busy all day, and then you're processing all of this because it just felt like, oh my gosh, like this. You're elated, you're overwhelmed. I've been so excited for the 20-week anatomy scan for just weeks now. I've been looking forward to it, you know, and I was all amped up to vlog it, and then of course I couldn't really vlog it, and then you get in there and you're excited because you're like sitting there and like you're looking at your baby, you know, which is a miracle and it's wonderful and so exciting to see. And then you get told something like that, which it's like I told my husband, you know, is this tragic news? No, we could be getting much worse news, much, much worse news. So we're very lucky and very fortunate, and I'm just staying positive and knowing that my placenta is just going to move and everything's going to be fine. And I'm holding out hope that whenever we go back, actually it's going to be 5 weeks because of scheduling conflicts. Like it's going to end up being a 5-week span from one scan to the next. So, you know, we'll see, but it just gives it 1 more week and we'll go and we'll see. And I'm holding out hope that it will have moved by then. I think personally, I'm calling it right now, based on what the ultrasound technician said. And then when you like, just look into things, I don't know. I think I will have at least 2 more scans with this baby. I think that, so we have the one scheduled for June 14th, which is 5 weeks from now, roughly, roughly 5 weeks from now. It's probably like a few days shy of that. And I think that he'll want me to come back 4 weeks after that one. Even if the placenta moves, I just have a feeling he'll want me to come back 4 weeks after that one. So I look for at least 2 more scans, which in a way I don't like that. I had 6 scans with my daughter with a 7th one scheduled. And you go into a pregnancy being told that you're only going to have 2 scans. And then all of this happens, and it just feels like it's something that's detrimental to the baby. But, you know, it's also very exciting because you get to see the baby, and that's nice. So we'll just have to see how it goes. That's the update for now. I will do a bump date soon. I hadn't done one. The pain in my lower belly was just bothering me. And even though I've been doing my makeup every day and I was making attempts at my hair, not today. Today I didn't because it's rainy. It's rainy, and like yesterday I tried to do stuff to my hair, and then by the end of the day it was just like, why did I even try that? And I've just been at home accomplishing things today. I've just been working and doing things, getting ready for Mother's Day. A very, 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 very dear friend of mine is going through a horrific thing in her family right now. It's absolutely horrible. It's not my story to tell, but it is absolutely terrible. And so I was trying to get some breakfast things sent to her in-laws' house in the morning today. I had a visitor stop by. I was getting Mother's Day gifts ready. I was doing stuff to get ready for the baby. Like, I was just doing a lot of things. So I wasn't about to fix my hair. I was like, whatever. I don't care. But I just wanted to finish updating, and, you know, what I was saying was I will do the bump date. It's just, like, I don't know. I felt like I looked decent yesterday when we were getting ready to go to the doctor, but like I said, all of that was such a whirlwind that there was no taking a picture of me. And other than that, I feel like I have pretty much looked like this all week. Like, there's an effort, but it doesn't look that great. And my husband took a picture of me last night, but I looked so rough last night, and just between stuff going on in my body and that feeling, you know, pretty much this whole week, and then just processing this news and this information and trying to sort out my own feelings about it and get in the right headspace about it and everything. Like, I just have not done a bump date, but I will. I'll flash the camera here, not flash it, but you know what I mean. I feel like I have exploded. Like, I feel like my belly, let's see if I can do it. I am only 20 weeks. I mean, I've had a belly for a while, and I've been showing for a while. Let's see if I can move. This is not a good angle, but yeah, I have a support. Oh, I've got my maternity stuff on. I have a support band on right now. You can kind of see the line right there. There's a line. I'm wearing it. I just decided with the pain that I'd been having, and then not knowing whether it was round ligament or if I was bleeding, or since I was having these contractions, no one seemed bothered by the contractions either. I was like, I'm only 20 weeks along. Why am I having contractions? Like, nobody, nothing. Nobody's worried about it, nothing. Okay. And I don't want to be an alarmist, you know. I mean, they clearly know what's going on. I have a lot of questions that I need to write down for my next appointment. Some I may just slowly send in through the portal and get some questions answered before my next appointment. We will see, because after you have an appointment, and especially, like I said, since my doctor does talk pretty quickly, you have the appointment, you go through the day, you know, by the end of the day, me and my husband were sitting here last night, and we were just like it felt like catching up with ourselves, you know, and just talking about everything. And then all of a sudden we both had a lot of questions, and he's like, man, we suck at this. We got to get better at asking questions and stuff. I'm like, I know, but sometimes you don't, like, it doesn't hit you until later. So I'm going to start writing those down so that we remember. Maybe start submitting them through the portal and just asking questions, like, gradually, to not bombard them or whatever. Because it is a lot to process, and there are a lot of questions, and, you know, it's a waiting game no matter what. Like, I'm waiting for my placenta to gravitate upwards. But in the meantime, like, in the waiting, you feel like you're just, okay, I can't be too anxious, I can't be too stressed or too nervous about it. It's going to be fine, it's whatever, but I do have questions, and, you know, so that's where we're at. So we have some things coming up, like us as a couple, me and my husband as a couple, as families, like we just, and I say families, like, you know, between like us, with my parents and grandma, with, you know, my husband's parents and brother, you know, just different things. There's things coming up, and so it's just, sometimes it just feels like a lot that you're preparing for, embracing for, and, you know, that's why I'm feeling extra tired. Like I said, our schedule's just going to be crazy in a not so great way. So we'll see how the next couple months go. I think June is going to be absolutely haywire in another way. So I think it just makes you tired before you even like approach that, really, just the thought of it. Basically coming up on like this Saturday. So today is Thursday, and starting Saturday, like, everything gets turned up on its ear and it just goes crazy. And yeah, and Mother's Day Sunday, and just, it's just gonna be crazy. Anyway, so that is the update for now. I was hoping this update would be a lot different. I was hoping it would be like a happy, upbeat vlog style video. And it's just not. I will get there someday. One of these days I'll get there. This is just my journey, and I'm sharing it, and this is what's happening, and here we are, you know. If you've made it this far and you are following my journey, you're watching, thank you for being here. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, I'm going to keep doing updates and letting people know what's going on. And again, this is really a channel to document my own things for myself. So, you know, so that I can know where I'm at when. But if you're here, I'm really happy you're here. And I hope you subscribe and you stay. And that would be great. Because sometimes going through stuff like this, you don't want to go through it by yourself. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Bye.